Welcome inside the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where tonight it's hockey night as the hometown Tigers look to complete a two-game sweep of visiting Holy Cross. Last night, RIT's Carter Wilkie scored his sixth goal on the season. It proved to be the difference. He's now one of just 4 freshmen nationally to have at least 6 goals on the year, while senior captain Will Calverley, also a big-time contributor for RIT last night as he delivered the 5th multi-goal game of his Tiger career. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT SportsZone Pre-Game Live. Well, the Tigers entered last night having dropped 3 of their last 4 games, but it wasn't all doom and gloom for RIT. Despite their November struggles, Wayne Wilson's group had a chance to take over first place atop the Atlantic hockey standings with a victory last night. We picked things up in the first period after the Tigers were unable to cash in on 3 power play opportunities in the first 12 minutes. Holy Cross finally has an opportunity of its own on the rush. Mike Higgins scores on just the Crusaders' second shot of the game, his 3rd of the season right there, 1-0 Holy Cross. Late in the period, Tigers' hard work finally paying off as Matt Radomski gives up the rebound. Will Calverley there to bury it, the team leading 7th on the year for him, 1-1 after 1. Second period after RIT's first penalty of the night, another opportunity for Holy Cross. The puck comes in front, but Tyler Girodosi is stopped by Colby Matthews, one of 24 stops for Matthews on the night. Tigers with a chance to grab the lead later. John Franco Casaro, the nice feed to Elijah Gonzalez. Oh, he's denied. Gonzalez snapped his goalless streak last weekend, unable to add to it right there. We're 4-on-4 with under 2 minutes to play. Watch the control. John Franco Casardo. Will Calverley is 2nd of the night, 8th on the year, 2-1 RIT after 2. In the third, Grady Hobbs drops it for Carter Wilkie, and the freshman rips it by Radomski. Number 6 for him, 3-1 Tigers, but 33 seconds remaining for Holy Cross. They pull their goaltender, and off the face-off, they find the back of the net. Oh no, to pull within 1. Final seconds, Crusaders with the puck and trying to get the equalizer, but time is going to run out on Holy Cross, and the Tigers would survive on Friday night. They beat Holy Cross by a final of 3-2.
It's really good, actually. Obviously, winning at home is something you want, and we always want 3 points when we're playing another team, especially in conference, so it's good to get those points back, because we lost 2 last weekend, so it's nice to get back in that win column and back into the groove of things here.
It feels great. We knew we weren't playing to our abilities these past couple weekends, so to be able to play a game like this tonight, a full game, it felt good just to not only win, but to also play to our ability.
Disappointing for the power play not to have so many opportunities, especially early, where you could have really put yourselves in a great situation.
Yeah, I thought we had some good movement. We were getting some good looks, but like you said, their goalie played well, and he was making some big saves. It's a little frustrating, but I think we just got to keep working and look at the positives that we were getting the good looks, and eventually some of those are going to go away.
Yeah, so the Tigers get the win despite going 0 for 5 on the power play. The Crusaders converted just 1 of their 6 attempts. Last night, the 100th career game for Will Calverley, who recorded his 40th career goal and 75th career point. Dan Willett now also has 75 career points after his 2 assists. And newcomer Jojo Casaro's 2 assists were his first points as a Tiger after transferring here from UMass. Happy to be joined, as always, by the head coach of the RIT Tigers, Wayne Wilson. And, Coach, it's always good to get back on track. What impressed you about your team's performance in the win last night?
I just thought a pretty consistent effort all the way through. In particular, a real good start, which I thought we needed. A good Friday win, which we've gone a couple of weeks without, so that was also good. And I thought we finished the game off well as well. Tough bounce to give up that second one, but to score that, I guess, clincher with not much time in the third was also good on our part.
Calverley, Willett, Wilkie, as well as Colby Matthews continue to play big roles for your team. But you also got some contributions from Jojo Casaro, a newcomer, and Grady Hobbs, a newcomer as well. 2 guys that have kind of been under the radar, but are certainly making an impact for you, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a number of guys doing a really good job. for us this year. You mentioned a couple of those guys right there. I thought it was important. We tinkered with our defense pairings a little bit, and that seemed to help us a little bit last night as well. I guess sometimes you just get stagnant when you're playing the same guys together, and you're looking for a little change. The big thing for us is just trying to put it all together, being consistent for a full 60 minutes and a whole weekend. So as we enter tonight's game, we want to follow up last night's win and be a little greedy here and be ready to go.
You talked about tinkering with the lineup. A few changes to the lineup tonight, specifically along your fourth line, as Tanner Andrew and Merritt Osetsko get the call. What do you want to see from that line?
Well, really, just for them to play and get some more playing experience. They've been having really good practices. It makes it tough when you come off a win to make lineup changes. Really nothing against the players that we're taking out, but if you want to see some players play, you've got to take people out of the lineup, and I guess it was kind of their turn to come out, and we'll see what what the guys that we inserted in. Maybe a second game on a weekend, bring us some energy here, and as they've got fresh legs and should be ready to go.
Yeah, your team hasn't swept a weekend series yet. It's not an easy thing to do, as you know. What are the keys to getting those 6 points on the weekend here tonight?
Well, I think just our focus. I think the team that loses the first night comes back a little hungrier, so we've got to really get off to a good start tonight, be focused and bring a lot of energy, and really try and discourage, particularly at home, discourage your opponent from getting any kind of momentum. So we want to use our fans, our home ice, our win last night as momentum into this game, and really, we want to play fast and physical here tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck to you here tonight. We appreciate your time. We'll see you on the post game following tonight's action. So while the Tigers were able to snap their 2-game slide, Holy Cross has now lost 5 of its last 6, with more on the Crusaders in tonight's series finale with the Tigers. Holy Cross first-year head coach Bill Riga standing by live now with our John DiTullio. John?
All right, thank you, Kevin. Coach, not the result you wanted last night. What's your biggest takeaway from last night's game?
I think just the 60-minute consistency we need. I think there's a lot of new going on in our program right now, and when we play to our identity and what we want to do, we're competitive with everybody and have a chance to win. But we didn't play well early in the game, and we didn't shut down their best players, which was an emphasis for us. So tonight we need to do a better job shutting down that Cavalry line and Willett, and making sure we take them out of the game and let the other guys try and beat us.
Starting slow has been a theme for your team. How do you change that up tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just habits. I mean, I think our habits need to be the same every day, every shift, every game, no matter what period it is, what part of the game it is. We seem to be making pushes in the third and giving teams a hard time then, but if we can get that effort early, maybe we can get out to the lead and not have to come from behind as much.
Changing your lines. What's behind changing your lines for tonight's game?
Some of it was, like I said, the defensive matchups against certain players on their team. And some of it was just trying to get a couple guys different looks, maybe a couple playmakers with a little bit more size out there and get some different looks against their defense. They're an older team than we are. The more experience, we need to find ways to create.
Special teams, your PK was good last night. What do you want to see from your power play? There were some opportunities last night for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think a 2-minute 5-on-3 when you don't score, that doesn't bode well for the end result of the game. We had some looks but didn't finish. I think for us it's about moving the puck quicker. We probably take a little bit too much time, a little too deliberate, looking for the perfect play rather than zipping it around and getting pucks to the net. So I think it's more of an attack mentality on the power play tonight.
Changing goalies tonight, strategy with Gale. What do you want to see from him tonight?
Yeah, he's young, but he's very athletic and he's got a bright future. I think we still haven't figured out for this year who's going to be our guy to go to. We're still looking for it. Somebody to take the helm and just run with it a little bit if that's the case. So we got to figure this out and kind of go one goalie at a time until someone gets hot.
Expecting a similar game last night? Last night's physical and very gritty. Are you expecting that same type of game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of our identity is competing hard and certainly want to play offense and have some flow to the game too. But when it's time to defend and forecheck, you got to be physical. And they're a bigger, older team. We need to take advantage of what we have on our bench.
Bill, thanks for your time. All the best tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Kevin, that does it here with the head coach of Holy Cross. Let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Johnny. We'll talk to you again soon. Well, with 3 points last night and a Mercyhurst loss to Canisius, RIT now sits atop the Atlantic hockey standings. The Golden Griffs, who have won 4 straight league games, are tied for second with those Mercyhurst Lakers, just 2 points behind the Tigers. Bentley and AIC are tied with 11 points each, while Holy Cross is tied with Army for last place at the moment. in the AHA. Well, still to come here tonight on Pregame Live, the RIT women's hockey team wrapped up its series with Mercyhurst this afternoon. We'll have the highlights coming your way. Plus, we'll be joined live by Bruce B. Bates women's hockey coach Celeste Brown. That is coming your way as well. But first, number 5 for RIT is 50-year senior defenseman Dan Willett. The Glen Cove, New York native now leads all RIT players with 66 career assists. He'll join our Kim Coffey live next as our coverage of Tiger hockey rolls on live from the Gene Policini Center here at RIT. It's the Tigers and Crusaders at 5:05. This is RIT SportsZone Pregame Live. Back here on Pregame Live from the Gene Policini Center, getting you ready for RIT's last home game of the month and the second and final regular season meeting between the Tigers and Holy Cross coming up at 5:05. There are 3 other games in the league tonight. After tying last night, Army wraps up its series at Niagara at the top of the hour. Canisius goes for the sweep and its 5th straight victory on home ice against Mercyhurst at 7:05, while Sacred Heart looks to earn a split with Air Force. Both Bentley and AIC are idle today. They wrapped up their series yesterday. Well, he has been a constant for the Tigers along the blue line for 5 years now. He was the Atlantic Hockey Defensive Player of the Month for October and preseason All-Atlantic Hockey honoree. Dan Willett, who will play his 141st game for RIT tonight, is just off the ice and standing by live now with our Kim Coffey. Kim?
Over here. Woo.
She's got him. Kim,
I got him.
Go ahead.
Thanks, thanks, Kevin. Dan, you're no stranger to blocking shots. You lead the team, and with 33 on the season, you're facing a team that also happens to be pretty good at that. What was the key last night to working around that and finding better opportunities in front of the net?
Yeah, they were really good at getting in the lanes, but when we were going D to D and stuff and moving at the blue line, that was huge to try and shoot around them. And if we didn't, we were just getting it low so our forwards could go to work.
By the end of the game, you guys were outshot 26-25. What do you have to do tonight to take some of the pressure off your goaltender and, just limit those opportunities?
We just got to limit our turnovers. In the third period especially, we got a little bit complacent, and we did turn over the pucks a little more than we'd like. So we just want to get pucks deep, let our forecheck go to work, and hopefully be in the O-zone a lot more tonight.
How confident is the locker room that you guys can complete the sweep this weekend?
We're real confident. We had obviously an off weekend last weekend. We didn't play great, but we kind of found our mojo back last night, and we're real confident tonight. We're going to play a good 60 minutes of Tiger hockey.
Dan, thanks so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Kevin?
All right, Kim, thank you so much. Meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team wrapped up its series with Mercyhurst this afternoon. Tigers looking for their first victory over the team they beat for their only victory a year ago. Earlier today at the Policini, we had highlights. Yesterday, both teams didn't score until the 3rd. Today, a different story. As the Tigers got on the board first, sophomore Emma Rowland, with her team leading 5th goal on the season on the rebound there. It was 1-0 Tigers, under 2 minutes to go in the opening period. And here come the Lakers. Christy Pigeon is going to score, number 7 on the year for her, to knot us at 1 after 1. Second period, just over 6 minutes in, Lakers would take the lead thanks to Vanessa Upson. Big day for her. Mercyhurst would lead by 2 after 2, and then in the third, things get away a little bit from the Tigers today. On the power play, it's Upson again. She would add another in the final minutes to complete the hat trick as Mercyhurst would go on to beat RIT today by a final of 6-1. Joined now by the Bruce B. Bates women's hockey coach, Celeste Brown. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here today. When we look at your team, I know the results haven't been there, and I know that can be frustrating, but there's a lot of fight with this team. You've been in a lot of games. Syracuse a couple weeks ago, these 2 games with Mercyhurst. How do you keep things positive with this group in the room when they're not necessarily getting the results you want?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kevin. It's tough.
Yeah.
Hats off to our girls. They've been resilient.
Sure.
I think that's a big identifier piece for them in that locker room. Early on in the season, we had the conversation, hey, we know we have insanely hard competition in this first half, and we have. We played top 10 teams, some of the best players in the country, actually in the world.
Yep.
And so we knew it was going to be a process, and that was set very, very early on at the beginning. And so it's just it's a reminder constantly. Hey, have we laid a brick in our journey towards the end of the season? Have we laid a brick with each period, with each game, with each practice, whichever it may be? Because the reality is that every player on my team is still learning, and so they need to learn from every situation. And hockey is a game full of situations that are different time after time.
Absolutely. Well, there have been bright spots, and the team is number one coming into this weekend in saves in the entire Division I women's NCAA. Coming into the weekend, freshman Sarah Coe was second in the NCAA in saves, and then Tara Latoda, 65 saves, set the single game record for the NCAA just last week. I mean, you definitely get, and Emma Rowland, we mentioned in the highlights, some bright spots that, again, learning and coming along as we go here, aren't they?
Totally. I mean, we have a lot of younger kids who are shining through in this process, and keeping in mind, again, we're just young, right? You're just talking to Dan Willett. He's a fifth year, and he understands the game at a different level than a freshman would. But the goaltending is a big piece. You're asking our goalies to go in there and take an insane amount of shots and then keep the score where they do. I think Sarah has put us in situations to go into the third period and give us a chance to chip away and try to get a win. You saw that yesterday. So it's a matter of us just finishing business here one time, and then I think that's going to provide us a lot of confidence to just keep chipping forward. And
you look at a big decision coming for this program, for the men and the women, the convention, the NCAA convention in 2022 in January. The President's Council for D3 determining they want to approve the legislation. The vote will happen in January at this convention, where Division III schools that have Division I teams will be given the opportunity to give scholarships. How can that decision impact this program?
I mean, it's massive. It needs to be done. And I'll speak honestly, like, it needs to happen. I think it's a complete disadvantage. It's unfair for our student athletes first and foremost who compete at this level, and they deserve just the same equal opportunities that every other Division I athlete gets. And so that's really the bottom line, and I think they need to do right and make it equal.
Hey, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the decision. I know you are. I know the men's team is as well. We hope they get it done in January, and we want to wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks
Have
so
a good
much.
night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much for being on. The RIT women's hockey team, of course, returning home on Tuesday when they host St. Lawrence in a game that was rescheduled following the ice issues here at the Policini Center last month. Face-off 6 o'clock. You can get your seats now at RITtickets.com on the RIT Athletics scoreboard. College basketball season resumes tonight for both men and women. Amy Reed's group tips off with Nazareth at 6. Bob McVean's squad looking for their first victory on the year. They tip off at 8 with the Golden Flyers. Hey, you want to stay connected to the RIT basketball teams or any of your Tiger teams, you download the RIT Athletics app for your Apple or Android device. Catch live Division III games or watch them on demand on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Best way to stay connected to your Tigers all season long. So download the RIT Athletics app today. Well, still to come here on Pregame Live. If you missed it, we'll look back at last night's 3-2 victory for the Tigers over Holy Cross. Plus, John and Jean will join us to share who they will be watching here tonight. It's all straight ahead on your home for Tiger hockey. This is RIT SportsZone Pregame Live.
Willett sending it back. Casero with defense around him. Casero drawing the defenders. Still with the puck. Casero going in. Dishing it off and a goal to who else? Will Cavalier. How about that play by Gianfranco Casero? As now it's 2-1 RIT. Down to 3:40 remaining. Tigers 2. College of Holy Cross 1. Turning up the ice, it's going to be Hobbs leading for Wilkie. Shot scores! Carter Wilkie! What a sniper! It's 3-1 RIT. You figure one more clear, we should do it here tonight. 37 seconds remaining. The 2-goal lead. Holy Cross winning the draw. Quick shot! And it goes in! Oh my God! And we have a power play goal with 33.6 seconds remaining. That puck just going off of the post. Holy Cross comes into the zone, plowing their way ahead. Barry's going to force the play to the far corner. the Tigers can force to the corner. There's going to be the shot. Another shot knocked down, goes behind the net. The backhand in front. 2 seconds. 1. And the horn sounds. And the Tigers win the game. RIT holds on for a 3-2 win.
Talk about making it interesting. Colby Matthews, 3-2. Had to grind it out right to the end. But it's a good win. More importantly, the Tigers get 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points that propelled the Tigers to the top of the conference standings as we welcome you back inside the Gene Policini Center here at RIT, where you're watching RIT SportsZone pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders, as we continue our countdown to puck drop at 5:05 today. Tigers will rely once again on number 40 Colby Matthews in the net tonight. The junior made 24 saves on Friday while picking up his 6th victory of the season. Matthews dropped his goals against average to 2.82 while raising his save percentage to .908. For Holy Cross, Bill Riga mentioned it to John. He'll make a change in net going with the freshman Thomas Gale. Gale will make his 5th start of the season here tonight. He's 1-3 with a 3.28 goals against average so far in his freshman season. As we bring in the play-by-play team as Gene Battaglia and John DiTullio. And guys, the Tigers have a chance to do something tonight they haven't done all season, and that's complete a 6-point weekend with the sweep of Holy Cross.
Yeah, you want the 6 points here, John.
Absolutely.
As I thought your interview with Coach Riga, Holy Cross, very telling. Sounds like Will Calverley's a marked man here tonight.
They've got a circle, a bullseye on number 8. He goes, we cannot afford number 8 to beat us. We did not account for him last night. That's why he shuffled the lines. He goes, number 8's not beating us. If Wilkie's good, we're going to let the secondary guys beat us, but not number 8.
Yeah, it's like a slot machine. When you pull it, all the numbers are different on the lines here tonight for Holy Cross, and that is for defensive reasons. And if Holy Cross is going to get anything going tonight, it's going to come from the blue line, you figure. And Matt Higgins was the first goal scorer last night. He's a guy that can jump in and pinch. He's somebody that RIT is going to have to watch out for
and
here
even
tonight.
talking with Bill off mic, he was impressed on how he played last night. But, yeah, they get production from their blue line. They just need to start faster. That's the problem. But there you look at Mike Higgins, the junior. He got a big goal last night. He gets his 4th goal of the season. And they look contributions from him, Jake Higgins, and, of course, Nick Hale. But look for number 5 to be active again tonight for the Crusaders.
Now, for the RIT Tigers, Wayne Wilson mixing things up with his defensive pairings. That paid off big. When you could play Dan Willett back, that allowed Gianfranco Jojo to go up and do some things there. I thought Casero had a great game last night.
We thought he should have been one of the 3 stars. I thought he was sensational. Even Wayne addressed that in the postgame with us last night. The pass to Calverley last night for the goal was just sensational. The more and more we see him, and he's a transfer from UMass, he looks very, very comfortable. He's great with the puck. He's got great vision. Tough to knock him off the puck, but the pass to Calverley, that was outstanding to get the Tigers on the board.
Yeah, and I thought Wayne Wilson, when he was talking to Kevin earlier, you're home. Feed off the crowd.
Yeah.
Don't give these guys any hope here tonight.
Yeah, listen, Holy Cross starts slow. That's been a theme. The coach was telling me that. He goes, listen, we've got new systems in here. We just started slow. They've only scored 1 goal in the first period in their last 5 games, and that was last night. So if you're the Tigers, you definitely want to jump on this team. Feed off the crowd, score early, and then apply pressure.
Kevin, love these early starts. Let's get going. 5:05, the puck drop. We'll have it for you here.
All right, guys, we'll get back to you then. Thanks so much. We're fastly approaching face-off here. We'll wrap things up on Pregame Live next. This is RIT SportsZone. Oh, the pep band ready to go tonight as we are back here at the Policini Center for Holy Cross and RIT. Tigers travel to Princeton for a pair of non-conference games next weekend, so we won't be back with you until Saturday, December 11th, when RIT returns here to host Army. Our coverage on the 11th begins at 4:30 with RIT SportsZone pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders, followed by face-off at 5:05 on May 18, Rochester and Flow Hockey. TV. It's a Saturday-Sunday series with Army coming up there in December. If you'd like to get your tickets for that matchup, make sure you get them at RITtickets.com or visit the box office as well. RIT with a vaccination policy. You'll have to show proof of vaccination to get in, and you can get that information at RITathletics.com. That'll do it for us. Up next, John and Gene have the call as the Tigers look to make it a 6-point weekend against Holy Cross. We'll see you back here for the intermission report. Until then, enjoy the game. RIT SportsZone Live begins right now.
RIT SportsZone Line proudly welcomes you to the Gene Policini Center, the home of the Tigers. Is RIT tonight looking for the sweep for the College of the Holy Cross. Glad you're with us here along with John DiTullio. I'm Gene Battaglia. The Tigers grinding